encourage those in the process of doing so to undertake this noble and historic mandate as soon as possible in order to pave way for the next global economic powerhouse, a seamless African market. This is also a chance to recognize that the guided trading initiative formulated to accelerate the implementation of the SCFTA did launch, and that Kenya was among the earliest exporters under the initiative. Since then, a number of countries have joined the initiative and commenced their exports. I encourage those countries that have not yet joined the initiative to do so and explore the wonderful free trade possibilities that they will be able to promptly access. Further, I challenge our ministers as they deliberate on the most appropriate resolutions to the outstanding issues in connection with the protocols to envision a unified Africa and promote the creation of coherent regional value chains whose outputs will bear the proud Made in Africa distinction. This is how we will make it possible to market the continent abroad as a single investment area. Our ministers should also dedicate their full capacities to the continental imperative to shift away from primary production into value addition and advanced production in the context of a broader industrial base and product diversification. Similarly, you have been assigned the task of generating viable strategies to resolve Africa's connectivity deficit in order to overcome logistical barriers to trade. In respect of this assignment, and our chairman is here of AU, and I have the brief from my colleagues, heads of state, I encourage you to be ambitious and to demonstrate urgency. I hope our ministers are listening to me. I have been sent by your bosses. Please, don't let us down. Africa should be a hub for manufacturing. For example, active pharmaceutical ingredients, which are the main inputs for drugs and medicines, are plenty in our continent. Africa can be the source for all APIs. This ambition can and should be realized to cut down the cost of medicines and address our quality of healthcare. Many similar opportunities exist, and we must plan for these investments so that they can happen. Finally, it is very important that our ministers embrace the task of expediting the ratification of the protocols on the movement of people in order to support trade in services and free movement of business, especially business people, which is a critical factor of free trade. And I want to urge all of us, in the presence of our chairman, that as we go forward, we have demonstrated sufficient political will as policymakers. We want our private sector to equally pull their weight so that we can move together. We will be making additional interventions. We will be making additional steps. We are considering, as AU, as heads of state, a mechanism where we can improve on the mechanism of the Africa Union, so that Africa Union can speak on certain matters for all of us as a continent. We can negotiate better if, as a continent, we can negotiate together. We should be able to negotiate together on matters trade. This is one area that countries must surrender some of its issues to the African Union the way the EU have done. We can do better than the EU. We can do better than other trading blocs. We have made the conscious decision that we want this continent to be the single trading market with a population by 2050 of 2.5 billion people and a GDP of $3.5 trillion. That commitment will unlock the tremendous potential that we have in this continent. And I am a great believer that the policymakers, the heads of state, will be able to provide the mechanism for us to be able to realize that great potential that exists in our continent. And secondly, we must also act together on matters of peace and security. It is not possible that this continent shall continue to be a place of conflict and war. What is going on in Sudan is unacceptable. What is going on in DRC is unacceptable. We must be able to work together so that we do not destroy our infrastructure, we do not destroy our resources, and we harness the full potential of the African young people for them to make progress, not make war. With these remarks, I now wish you all fruitful discourse and productive deliberations. I will be most delighted to receive reports of a successful African private sector dialogue and ministerial retreat. I must hasten to encourage all our visitors to find time and experience the singular delight of amazing people, wonderful natural attractions, and scenic beauty, as well as the incomparable flora and fauna that makes up magical Kenya. The African Private Sector Dialogue and Ministers' Retreat is now duly launched. Thank you very much. God bless you, and God bless Africa. Asante sana. Thank you.